Please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You have received minutes of the last meeting. What are your wishes?
Move approval.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes. Jeff.
I've got a utility permit for TC LLC to drop fiber optic in the town of Wellsburg. And going from 3rd Street north up to Kent, yeah. And then they're gonna be putting in a bunch of laterals over to the houses along that stretch of road.
Is there a motion to approve? Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We're doing a lot of that in town. Lot.
That's all I have on the agenda, but department wise, starting hauling rock. Roush Brothers is hauling into Conrad, Skyline's hauling into Stout still. Yeah.
It's getting to be an impressive pile of rock there.
Yeah, I think all but 2 blades got a round done on their drags last week. So everybody's roads should have been drugged.
How are the roads? Urban area holding up okay?
I have not heard any complaints.
That's a good sign.
Yes.
So you're getting all this rock in last summer's price or last spring's price, right?
This year's price, yeah, this calendar year's price, correct. So. Yeah, we'll be hopefully getting a little bit more, well. Because of the budget switched in July, so
Right.
we would technically be buying it in this fiscal budgets in the spring, but. Getting it at this year's price. It's typically, it goes up about 30 cents a ton on average. From spring to spring. So,
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
How many tons are you getting?
I believe there's 14,000 at Stout, 14,000 at Wellsburg. We're getting 3,000 at Buck Grove, 14,000 in Conrad. And we're holding out to get we have not done the 9,000 tons in Rhinebeck yet. We have not secured a contract on that or anything.
What do you got at Dyke?
We're getting 7,000s of 1 inch and 4,000s of 3/4 for shoulder rock.
Pretty good pile there.
Yes. So we're gonna do 4 miles. So like what we did over by the from the Holland Road, D35, the shouldering that we piled up there at the water tower. We're now gonna do that over. We're piling it at Dyke and we're gonna be going south from the first pavement. West D19 or D25. And we're gonna be going south. Down to 175. D35 south down to 175, sorry. Not D35. D35, correct, there's 4 miles there.
That's the net.
4 miles.
Yes.
The Netta.
You use 1.5 inches for that inch.
No, 3/4
What do you put on the roads?
inch,
1 inch.
yes. 3/4 packs better. Holds up a little bit better.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
and then we're.
On top.
And then we're also stockpiling some at Grundy Center that we haven't done before. So we're going to do 15 miles of road here in Grundy Center.
Yeah.
Typically, we haul it in out of this, last year we hauled the 15 miles out of Stout, but we're gonna try doing 15 miles out of Grundy Center. To cut down on the distance. To see if we can't pick up more speed.
BCI is trying to work on that bridge on B Avenue this morning.
They are supposed to,
See it again.
according as of Thursday, they're supposed to start today.
But they got all the signs up.
So, and did they actually start? I'm not sure yet.
No. Well, I didn't come down there this morning.
Yeah, I don't know.
About the other, roads in question that have been closed for some time.
Still. A little birdie, not official, said north of Grundy, 14 north of Grundy should be opening this week.
However, not official.
Not official. They had some issues with their tiny grooving machine. And then, maybe they also said that Conrad should be opened up maybe before Thanksgiving, but I don't know. I think that's a little over anxious there on that one.
I haven't heard from the.
Hopefully before Christmas.
Be a nice Christmas present.
Yes, it would be. We had a call we had a call in for a down stop sign. Truck took the corner north of our shop there. And just plowed over the stop sign, 100% just demolished it. So Kendall came in and put up a temporary.
Having been at that corner a few times, it's amazing that's not
That's it.
happened a lot.
Yeah,
Say that.
and then yeah. I'm surprised there hasn't been more accidents at that intersection or down here at that intersection, because cars get backed up on Tim Avenue a long way.
What are the red flags on Demon Blacktop and all the signs?
So we're going through and pushing all of our signs back. I think from 10 feet out to 15,
That's right, okay.
So-
Why are we doing that?
so the mower doesn't hit them. Doesn't have to bob and weave and be easier to move, easier to mow.
Any other questions, comments for Jeff this morning?
No.
All right, thank you.
Fantastic.
The next item is consider for approval, the payment of bills. The list has been passed around. Are there any questions about any?
Question on the interest payment to Grundy National. Is that for the bond?
Bill free. Any other questions? I'll take a motion for approval.
So moved.
Have a motion, is there a second?
Second.
No, we have a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Alright,
Any opposed? Right. Next item is resolution number 18, 2025-2026, concerning the E911 signs and E911 and street signs. And you have received a copy of this. Any questions?
On this one, I think you guys should not do this. We need to have an overall all-encompassing ordinance with the signs on placements, colors, who's in charge of naming, and we can also include the funding sources for it. And for this resolution, I don't think we need to have it. I think we need to have like an overall all-encompassing ordinance on our signs.
couldn't that be added?
Well, it's like on the power, an ordinance is a little bit higher. In the order of, an ordinance is trumps resolutions, like a resolution is there to kind of change an ordinance, but I think we need to have more information with our signage.
But we would be able to pass this for it to be outlined at this point, and we could work on an ordinance.
Yeah, but hopefully you would have it, by the time we actually get around to it, hopefully we would have an actual ordinance established. By the time we actually need any of this information to actually to be upheld.
So what information do you think should be included in such ordinance?
So who is in charge of naming? naming, like if we get a new road, somebody wants to bring into the county system, somebody has to name this, give it a name. You can't just pick your own name to name a road. We need to funding sources, like who buys them, what color. Like you want your letters to be white, your signs to be green, you don't want purple and blue. Stuff like that. Where the actual placement is, like if you have a four-way, it goes in the northwest corner. Stuff like that. And if you have a
Where
T-
do those stipulations come from now?
Yeah,
It's just been
I mean, because you're moving. all
yeah, we don't
signs
have an
back,
ordinance.
So there's.
Right, so,
I mean,
so
you
they
decided
set,
that.
like, they set up kind of like a policy, but there's never anything, there's not anything written down. There's no policy on where they're actually located and stuff like that. We had whenever they were originally installed, we gave out like specifications on how to install them. And we've just been using that, but we've never actually set an ordinance or policy on the 911 signs.
But in my opinion, we could go ahead and pass this resolution that we've made to this agreement. And then work on something broader to encompass that, and then,
I just feel like could be redundant, but
well, it might be, but we've gone this far to establish this.
This much time. for it, I
Yeah,
guess.
so
Move
And-
to
and-
move to introduce.
All right, we have a motion to introduce. Is there a second?
second,
We have a second. Alan, would you call the roll, please?
Yes, Vic,
Yes,
Jeff,
yes,
LJ,
yes.
Mark,
Yes.
and Heidi.
Yes.
So if you wanna put together,
yeah,
Yeah, we-
that, then we'll work on
Make
that.
note too.
okay.
Who do you feel should be involved in making those decisions for that ordinance?
It's a very good question. I mean, you can pick anybody.
Is there something from the state?
I mean, I can go around and collect from other counties,
Right.
but it's pretty,
Kinda like the
yeah.
roadside signs you're changing, who mandates how far they're supposed to be?
So that all comes from the MUTCD.
There's a minimum,
So for those signs, yes. But for street signs, there is a section in there for guidance, but there's not.
Like it tells like on like which corner and stuff though, right?
It doesn't say like which quadrant of an intersection it needs to be in.
No,
No,
I thought we found at that time when we were looking that up.
at least not from my not that I've seen in the 2009 MUTCD.
Said that it was like if it's a T intersection, it had to go here, if it was four way, it had to go in the whatever, southwest or southeast or whatever.
If you wanna, get some input as to who's usually on, I guess, involved in that, that would be a start and.
Okay.
you know,
And like if somebody wants to change the name of a road, who do they go to? And
Gotta figure that out for that shelter out through.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Well, that's pretty much been decided, I thought.
Well, yeah.
so we just need to make it official.
There you go.
want me to paint one up for you?
Yeah, make sure it's the right colors though. You
It's
can't-
the-
you can't pick your colors.
so somebody can't just come in and say, put an H name on a north-south road that's numbered. Stick with the coordinate grid system, we want to establish that and set that as precedent.
Yeah, if you wanna look into that. We can get started on that. Most things like that don't seem to work at warp speed, so we'll get started. Okay, the next item is to consider for acceptance County Treasurer's October 31st, 2025 investment report. That too has been passed around. Would anyone care to make that motion?
Move accepted.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
Second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
I,
Any opposed? And the next item is to consider for approval the annual urban renewal report for fiscal year 2024-2025. Alan, do you have any insight you would like to give us on that?
Not really. Just our annual report that Amy draws up. I'm still in the process of kind of confirming some other numbers that she has when she does those TIF projects.
Are there any other questions about that report? Or is that take a motion to approve?
So moved.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Alright,
Any opposed? Any meetings this week? Anybody have anything?
here,
No?
In landfill. We paid the bills,
It's good.
that's a good deal. They got a report from the DNR back. They need to cut some of the trees that we planted years ago. They changed their mind on the usefulness of the trees. So they cut them as they die. So there's a couple of them that are dead, so they're not forced to go out there and take them all down right now, but when they die, they gotta come out of there. That's a change from what they did when they planted them all. They wanted them planted to DNR. Right. But now they don't want them. But they're not gonna make us remove them till they die, so.
reason why they don't want them?
They claim doesn't do any good. Well, it's a tree.
Yeah,
Trees
That's
do
oxygen.
good, just sitting there. I said the same thing for the county road ditches. Yeah, that's their reasoning. Let's see, Waterloo will accept emergency leach aid. If we have to, take some over there, but the dike hasn't really committed to it yet. Taking it, which would be a lot closer haul if they had to take some, but so far they're done this year and all the levels have been going down, so. They're probably done for the year hauling leach aid.
It's been going to Grundy, right?
Goes to Grundy. They can take so many,
Oh, so there's a limit on what they can take.
right, and if it goes over that limit, then they gotta find a different spot for it. They spent $1,300, or going to spend $1,300 on a new pump. They have, we talked about the last meeting, but now they actually found one that's an exact match to the one they put in 95 or something like that, so. Simple change, so $1,300 to have one on the shelf, so they agreed with that, and they agreed to get rid of the Unity First rugs and stuff out there for cleaning and stuff. It costs too much, so they're gonna buy their own from Menards, and 2 sets of just one gets dirty, power washed off and clean it. That was $130, I think, for 2 months. You can buy the whole set for like 60, so. That's about it.
Alright. Was there anything this week?
I didn't have a meeting, but I went to the ribbon cutting at the new
Oh,
Unity
yeah.
Point Clinic in Conrad. That's kind of neat. Dignitaries from all over the area there. And I think they had actually three ribbon cuttings. They had one for the staff and then one for the mayor. And I think John Conrad did one too, but I was inside. But it's a neat thing. I mean, it doesn't look very big from the outside, but they've got a lot of patient rooms. Everybody has their own office. Got the state of the art X-ray machine in there, and yeah, it's another nice addition to Lower Grundy County. So
And are they up and running and taking?
as of today, yep. Yep, they took 2 days last week and were removing stuff. It was a little disheveled in there. But when you've been in the same place since, I think the old one was built in '68, they said, something like that. So be interesting to see what that becomes.
Yeah. Huh?
Nobody really knows what's gonna happen. They'll sell it, obviously, but I don't know.
Nice. Mark, did you have anything
No.
else? I had a Together for Families meeting Thursday, early childhood. We just went over the budgets for the year. We had some presentations for some funding that we have available. We did agree to give some money to the Allen Child Protection Center, to a CPR certification for childcare providers, and to, out of Webster County Public Health. They, do dental screenings with young children. We had a couple other ones, but we needed some more information on that. Right now, it's, they thought they were moving towards more of a district type organization that's been put on hold. So just kind of continuing on, as we have been. Can't do a lot of, we want to make a lot of changes, a lot of updates, because it's unclear as to what's gonna happen in the future. I know they're having some issues with just some IT things. They used to be under HHS, all of their equipment had to be turned back in at the end of August, I think, by September 1st. And now going to their own, like a Gmail account and getting their own computers and things, they're having trouble getting things to go through. The director, she can't send out a group email, it throws it back at her for some reason, so she's trying to figure that out rather than sending out 144 individual emails, because by the time she contacts the board, all the providers, all of the entities that are involved, that's about how many there are. So working through that, and I'm sure once she gets it figured out, they will probably come up with a new plan for the state plan. So we'll see what happens. But that's what I had. I also did listen in. There was a webinar about supervisors' roles with wastewater. Some good tips, but I'm also looking forward to you get the PowerPoint after you sign up, so that way they can know. So otherwise, is there anything else coming for the board? Butch, you got anything for us this morning?
Well, I'd just like to give Paul Cooley, he's the one who hauled all the rock for us over there. When we did it and hauled it up to the Holland Marsh for Nick. And his bill was quite small to us. So I'd like to thank him for what he did. He did it on a whim. I mean, like I called him and he had a guy here with a big truck and made 4 or 5 loads up there and.
So it's a pretty sizable pile.
Yeah, Nick said I think they got it, must have got it all done the other day, leveled out and everything, but it helped those guys out quite a bit, not having to buy rock and they were gonna do it anyway, so. Yeah, I'd like to thank Paul for doing what he did for us.
Okay. Good deal.
I saw where the governor made a statement the other day that in an effort to reduce taxes, citizens will have to get used to how they receive services in a different way. Something to that effect. How they will receive services in the future.
Maybe more correct wording should have been how they may not receive services. So,
Right.
you know, that things on. Interesting. If there is nothing else to come before us this morning, I would take a motion to recess. We will reconvene out at Secondary Roads if anyone wants to tour out there just to see what's all out there. I really don't know. So I'm being nosy. Yes.
So move.
All right, we have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
All right.
Any opposed? All right,